Yes?
Hello. You don't know me, but you need to listen.
Hold on. How did you know the clicker would be there?
This is important. Alan's lost. He doesn't have the ending. He needs your help to finish the story.
How am I supposed to help him from here?
We need to talk.
I'm in the dark place. Wake is in Washington. I could talk to him in overlaps before. My mind place is more powerful than I ever knew. I can try to contact him.
Alright, buddy, we need to chat.
Alan. We need to talk about the
Yeah,
ending.
for real.
Saga, what is this?
My mind place. I've reached out to you like this before. But I understand more about it now.
You see visions too. I used to think they were ideas, inspiration, but they're real.
The echoes?
Just like this now. I try to use them to make the story come true.
So this is coming from both of us. Maybe that's how we could communicate in the overlaps.
This is all new,
We could use this to stop Scratch.
I think.
First, I need the ending.
I think it's in. That sounded new. He just confirmed the echoes were all real. Is there a problem?
So there's a problem with the ending?
I don't have the ending. It has to be perfect, but I don't have time to figure it out. I don't know what to do. Fuck.
Like I feel like I recognize some of it, but
This
some of it
whole thing is a
also
fucking mess.
I agree.
sounds new.
But we can still figure this out. And what exactly does perfect mean?
The elements of the ending need to come from the story's pre-existing parts. To make matters worse, this is a horror story.
You don't need to tell me this is a horror story.
Right. The ending has to fit the genre if it's going to work. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters.
There must be a way to bring a hero into the story.
If there is a hero, they will ultimately pay a heavy price.
I can't let the horror story take Logan and Casey. They were dragged into this. They need to survive. Non-negotiable.
Not just them.
Everybody.
We need to try to save everyone.
But the more we
I
save,
have an idea how to
the
help
greater the
Casey.
sacrifice.
He's a real person who I twisted into a character. He isn't my creation, so he isn't a suitable host for the Dark Presence. I can write that into the ending to drive that fucking thing out of him.
So the ending has to be earned. Set up by the story. You can't build a case without supporting evidence.
That's the only way to make it stick.
Alright. Here's my pitch. Although, did I miss anything with this, don't worry about it.
Well, if the ending has to fit the story, this is how I see it. Return is a story about a story that comes true. And I'm a character in the story.
Not just a character. The hero.
Okay, a hero. In any case, I've been through hell to be here. And this is my life. It feels earned to me that I rise above the story and be there to create the ending.
Yes. That's what we're doing. Here, now. We're figuring out the ending I need to write.
It's our ending, Alan.
This isn't Scratch's ending. But this isn't your ending either. This is our ending. You aren't the only one deciding these things anymore.
You're right. I can't do this alone. Every time I write, things only get worse.
You beat this thing back in 2010, Alan. And here you are doing the same again. You're a hero too. We're in this together.
Then let's bring it home.
Alright. Alright, how different is the ending gonna be? The price must be paid.
The ending will have to be dark, no matter what. The more people we save, the greater the cost. And the hero must pay the price.
One of the heroes. The scales always need to balance. Fuck it. Let's go with this.
Are you sure?
There's no time for anything better. Scratch could be here any second.
Then that's our ending. I have the clicker. I'll find a way to get it to you.
And I'll get the pages down.
But
See you on the other side.
alright, Saga. One final trek. See, but even at the end, like these 4 later bits, either I missed stuff, like, 'cause the same thing happened the first time I played through. I must have missed something in the narrative, even though I found all the collectibles and shit, because there's, like, stuff that it still won't let you link, basically. I mean, no big deal. Alright. Well, I think the Anderson bros are going now. They were just there, but... Right? Or are they just chilling over there? Ah, here's what it is. Oh, I gotta go around.
We were afraid we'd miss
There we go.
you. So good to see you.
Cool, I'll take it. They said something.
We caught you, kiddo. We missed you first time around.
Oh?
First time?
We've been performing outdoor show. We finally buried the hatchet.
I haven't buried shit, bro.
This is new.
We're just helping Tom.
Have a good night, Darkwave. Game's about to end in like 2 minutes, though.
I'm leaving the dark place. Come with me.
Our time back there is done.
Damn.
But you got this, dear Saga. Adi has set up a puddle for you to swim out of. Once more with feeling.
Thanks,
I wish
Adi.
we'd gotten more time together.
Aw.
This isn't goodbye, kiddo. Tom told us not to say anything about what's coming. But we'll see each other again.
What? This is so much to think about there. We missed the first time around, indicating this is all part of this, not the loop, but the spiral. And by Tom, surely he means Alan. Okay. Well, that's cool. We had to see him at least. That's true. That's true.
Alan?
All right.
Saga, I finished it. The ending we talked about.
I have the clicker. And the bullet of light. Let's do this. I have to be the one to do it.
I see it clearly now. This part at least. Okay. We have met here before.
Yes.
Time loops in the dark place.
It's not a loop,
Every
it's a
choice you make
spiral.
affects everything that comes before and after you make it.
This is all new dialogue.
Like it does when you change a detail in a story you're writing.
KC?
Scratch. Now.
When the bullet of light blew the darkness out of the crater of my skull, the dark presence was born from the remains, feeding on the horror around it to grow. It found me writing. It tapped into me, influenced me. I was lost in my work. The link was severed when I finished Return, but the dark presence was hungry for more. And I was missing the small part of myself that it had been born from. Alice, love is strange. Even apart, we're still together in our memories. We put each other through hell to set us free. Again and again. Different versions of us. Alice helped me get there, where I needed to be. It has taken so long. The process to change reality is so delicate, to be true in just the right way and still find a way past our flaws. So many drafts, so many photographs, so many lives lived outside of time, an eternity apart on this journey to finally arrive here.
Oh, will Logan pick up? Anderson, is it over?
Is it over?
It'd be sweet if she picked up.
Logan?
Aww.
Logan! Are you alright?
I had a terrible nightmare. Can you come home, Mom?
Oh, baby. It's over now. You're alright. I'm here. I'm on my way home. I love you.
That's great. That's so great.
She's alright.
How you feeling, buddy? Oh.
Wake.
Was the third eye open? What the fuck?
The ending worked. Scratch is gone.
Sure about that? Alice, oh.
At last.
Thank you, my love.
What, is she still trapped here
I
too?
return. With me I bear the torch of knowledge, the light, the miracle illuminated, the master of two worlds. No, the master of many worlds.
Oh shit. Oh shit, okay. The master of many worlds over here. What the fuck? Is there anything else afterward? Let's skip the credits for now. Okay, wow. Well, you know what? It was a long journey, but it's always fun to replay. All right, cool. I'm glad. Like, that's more succinct of an ending and leaves a lot to be, like, up in the... So there's still clearly a lot more to be had from Alan Wake and all the characters that have now been introduced in the sequel. And now Alan is, like, what he said, the bearer of the torch of knowledge and the master of many worlds. So the question is, so the dark place still exists, but Scratch has been destroyed and Alice helped. So it seems, unfortunately, Alice is still lost in the dark place herself, or she's still there, but instead of destruction, she helped us find ascension. Now, clearly, there's also a third Darling video that I somehow missed, which I'm kind of pissed about, but I'm gonna see if I can find out real quick what the difference is between Alan Wake 2 final draft differences. Here we go. Alan Wake, okay, cool. Let me see if I can port over to this real quick. Shit. It's not it. That's good enough. Alright, cool. Right? Yeah? Good enough. So, every new change in the final draft. Alan Wake 2's New Game Plus plays like a story sequel that takes you through the spiral. Alan Wake 2's New Game Plus probably arrived much sooner than fans expected, while it follows the traditional criteria for this kind of mode. Sorry, I was distracted. Allowing you to start a new game with all your weapons, upgrades, and charms intact. You'll come to find the final draft, true to its name, expands the story of Alan Wake 2 in a very clever and masterful way. Though putting yourself through Alan Wake 2's hellish nightmare for another go seems daunting, especially if you dare to try the nightmare difficulty, the final draft makes it worthwhile with all the extra lore offered through manuscripts and video files, and you'll see some additional story changes here and there, such as we are not doomed to repeat our failures in an eternal loop. This is a spiral. We all come to a story with hopes and expectations looking for an answer without ever knowing the full... Yeah, so different dialogue altogether. The first change you'll immediately spot is Alan's opening monologue in the writer's room, just before the transition to the prologue section with Nightingale at Cauldron Lake. While visually themes remain much the same, the dialogue undergoes a complete redesign to flow with the original ending and make this new mode seem like a continuation. The old intro monologue kept things odd and vague to hook you into the mystery, but this Alan in New Game Plus is the same Alan from the post-credit sequence, who arises after hearing Alice's message. He now clearly understands that he's not in an eternal loop, and that this is a spiral. Oh, jump scares have different timing, that's funny. There were a few that still got me, that's true. You're probably thinking Alan Wake 2's jump scares are still fresh in my head. I'll go into New Game Plus totally prepared for what's going to pop up. However, Remedy throws a wrench in those plans and cleverly changes the timing on most of the jump scares so they could still mess with you on the second run. The prologue jump scares Nightingale and Scratch might be barely noticeable, having you question if it was a few seconds earlier, but then Saga's jump scare in the general store is definitely sped up, as there used to be a pause, but now you have the Taken cultist breaking through the wall simultaneously with the deer before it can even fully gallop away. Another instance is the first pop-up scare of Mulligan and Thornton's Taken form from exiting the trailer park. In the original version, the duo flashes across... Alright, so yada yada. New Return 1 manuscript, Saga Anderson's Deja Vu. I thought they looked different. The final draft promised to hand over some fresh manuscripts to Saga, and you can collect one early on in Return 1 to ensure you don't miss the game places it right in front of your feet once you leave the cutscene area where you interact with your first manuscript page. Keeping with the sequel feel of the final draft, the manuscript is titled Saga Anderson's Deja Vu. Alan mainly writes how the Nightingale crime scene somehow felt familiar to Saga, like deja vu. It's a meta way for Alan to convey that Saga's journey has likewise been reset due to Ascension. Okay, so there's definitely... And the dark poems are also part of it. The second manuscript again remains not so hidden and gets delivered after you turn on the power in the witch's hut. It's called Dark Poem 1, and while Remedy may want to convince you it's something you haven't seen before, it's really the exact copy of the poem written on the cavern walls of Nightingale's murder site in the Dark Place at the conclusion of Initiation 2. It just shows how more of the Dark Place is menacingly creeping into Saga's life. Let's see. I saw the new one, the Writer's Journey video. The story content in Alan's initiation chapters instantly feels quite different and continues to build off the original game's ending and the new introduction. You'll catch it right away with Initiation 1. While the dialogue in the live-action interview with Sam Lake and Mr. Door doesn't change, a new Writer's Journey video awaits you immediately. A new phone call from Zane before Initiation 3, really? To head into the new phone call from Zane furthers the continuity that Alan has already been put through all this before and gives the encouraging tone that Alan is now getting close. I remember that phone call. It just felt like it was the same. Is now closer to getting out and is making progress. This moment also foreshadows the game's alternate finale, which ends the Dark Place's nightmarish hold on Alan, hopefully once and for all. Yes, this photo for sure. The appearance of Alice and a photo of the bullet of light in Alan before Initiation 3. The extra phone call isn't the only thing to appear before your first Alice Wake encounter during the prelude to Initiation 3. In fact, Alice Wake now even appears in a vision before Alan's very eyes while standing in the elevator to go up to the apartment. This happens once you interact with a picture that wasn't there pre-final draft. It looks like one of Alice's photos, except this one is of Scratch leaving Alan's body after Saga shoots him with a bullet of light during the original ending. So I didn't never know that was what happened. So when she gets shot... oh yeah, never mind. I misspoke. Alan claims to feel her presence, a moment echoing Alice's final recording in the post-credits scene of trying to help Alan ascend. And then the Dr. Darling videos. As teased in cameo stills during the main version of Alan Wake 2, as well as in the promotional material for the final draft, Dr. Casper Darling finally makes contact via the TV set in room 205 of the Ocean View Motel. It's left slightly ajar to be more inviting for you to enter and hear him speak about his paranatural science. This video clip is called Signals and sees Darlene use quite a strange, almost makeshift device to catch frequency waves. He describes the dark place as a dreamscape and makes a meta comment about his and Alan's voices sounding alike. Let's see. Mr. Door Ocean View Hotel video Night Springs. Yeah, we found that. I thought it was the same one, though. After Initiation 7, it's uncertain what's ahead for the intriguing new character Mr. Door, as he gives Alan a stern talking to and decides to end his studio talk show. While the final draft teases his next host gig, it's going to be a Rod Sterling and Jordan Peele Twilight Zone style role for the next Night's... There's a Night Springs DLC coming up? Oh shit. Well, that video was in the take 1 of the game, so... You'll possibly stumble upon his video even before Dr. Darling's in the Ocean View Hotel. Alright, Dr. Darling. And then we saw the collaboration. Not the last you'll hear from Dr. Darling. There's yet another video clip titled Collaboration on the TV. Darling confirms the theory of the spiral by saying time as a linear construct does not apply to this place, and that it's day 665 for him, making a signature horns gesture to signify the devil. He also makes Thomas Zane appear seemingly out of nowhere just by announcing he needs an artist. So that's a new narrative curveball Remedy leaves to simmer. The two are sharing a drink, probably the signature Ocean View cocktail, and are once again going all meta with their dialogue. Darlene tells Zane that he looks familiar, and Zane in turn remarks how Darlene sounds familiar. The Anderson brothers return, and yeah, they return in 9. New Game Plus has the Old Gods of Asgard members join Sheriff Tim Breaker near the fountain as their current older selves. They poke fun at why they weren't seen there the first time, and claim to have buried the hatchet with Mr. Door, except not entirely Tor. While mentioning they were playing music on his show the entire time. It's also not their last appearance, as they hinted at a return in possible future installments. They better come back. Is that it? Oh, that's it. What? Oh, that's the end of the article? Very sudden ending. Oh, so there's, what, like 10 things? Oh, 11 things. Every new change. So there's only 2 of the Darling tapes then, I guess. I thought there'd be 3. Final draft Alan Wake ending. I'll probably just upload my own ending as well. That's fair. New phone call. So are they not the Darling? How different is the final draft? So Alan Wake. Oh shit. Alan Wake 2. Final draft. How many Dr. Darling videos? Has anyone found video 3 of 3 in the final draft? You can find it on YouTube. Pretty sure it's going to be Lake House content. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. The third video will possibly be found in the DLC. Okay, well, I'm not going to watch it then. I was wondering for a second, so DLC for that. Oh, God. Okay, cool. Well, sick. Hopefully that didn't give anything away. All right, what a journey that was. Holy shit. Yeah, cool. So I thought I was going crazy for a while, but that confirms that, yeah, so it's almost like, I felt like almost deja vu as I was going back through, because so much of it, I had played the game myself and watched several streamers play it, so I kept thinking like, oh, well, everything just seemed familiar, but there was some stuff that I found that was clearly new, and some things that I thought were old but were actually new, and then the obvious stuff. But that's cool, and I like the continued new ending and the whole revelation of it being the spiral and not the loop, and the ascension. And now, canonically speaking, Alan Wake is now rid of Scratch, and they've all they've freed themselves from the dark place, and Logan's alive, and the horror story that Scratch wanted to become reality is no more. So it's very cool to see. I'm very curious to see how this continues. If I had to guess, apparently there's going to be actual DLC for Alan Wake 2, which would be fucking sick. So I'm sure there'll be that, and then eventually, I feel like either the Max Payne 1 and 2 remakes are coming first, or Control 2 will eventually come first. But in any case, How was the final draft? Nightmare difficulty, a little bit more challenging, but overall this game is still not as hard as I would like it or even expected it to be. Like, I mean, granted, I'm comparing it to something like Resident Evil or like even harder games, I guess, but don't get me wrong, I still had a great time overall. I'm glad that I went back to give it a whole nother playthrough and discover the New Game Plus content and try it on Nightmare mode. I just wish they were like trophies too for that, but cool. New ending. I'm not going to post the entire playthrough, but if I can, I'll try to clip like my Dr. Darling reaction bits and just the ending, really, I suppose. So I'll put it all together some way or another. But to anybody who joined on this journey, I know everybody's craving Metal Gear right now. I will be getting back to Metal Gear. I had issues with the after effect. After I streamed Metal Gear 2, Twitch deleted some of the footage, so I might revisit Metal Gear 2 just for the hell of it, and then I'll hop into Metal Gear 3 right away. But yeah, to anybody who stopped in during these streams, appreciate it. Feel free to follow for more content and all that jazz. Otherwise, got subscriptions up now. I'm officially an affiliate, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, otherwise, stay tuned for the next episode of whatever comes up, probably Metal Gear 2 and then 3. But that's the last video I'm doing on Alan Wake for now. I love it, but I've played through it twice on my channel now, so I'm all good. But anyway, love you all. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night, and goodbye, travelers.